But yeah. Also figured to ask at some point, would you recommend Redfall or ReFantasia? It's on Game Pass. I'm wondering if I should use my time to play it. I've heard good things about it. It looks like a game that I would honestly really like to play, but I just haven't had the time for it. Like, I'll probably play it one day. I'll probably pick it up on like a Steam sale or something like that. But, like, it looks like something that I would honestly really enjoy, but I wouldn't know. I don't know much about it. I've listened to a bit of the OST on YouTube, and it goes pretty hard. Wait. Maybe I just, like, actually leave now? Let's go find some materia, yada yada. Because that implies that I successfully progressed the thing or something. Well, my buggy's still broken down. That hasn't changed. Leaving already? But it appears your friends still want to learn more about the planet. Wait. What have I not learned about the planet? Wait, what am I missing here? So I chat with everyone here. Only stopped because of the time limit. The Persona-like element there. Otherwise, enjoyed your time with it. Fair enough there. And when it comes to games like Persona or Fire Emblem Three Houses, just calendar system games, I definitely gotta take a bit of a chill pill from those sometimes myself. And I also thought with Metaphor ReFantasia coming out when it did, that I had just recently played, like, Persona 3 Reload, and I kind of wanted to take a chill pill from calendar system games at the same time. Also, speaking of, apparently Persona 4 has a remake on the way now. That was just announced, like, a couple days ago, just randomly out of nowhere. Where Atlas was like, oh, by the way, Persona 4 Revival is in the works here. Where do I go? What? Should I look back at that long play video that I was watching, like, forever ago? Because I have no idea where the heck here. Ah. All the sniffles. Hopefully my sniffles aren't too annoying. And hopefully the, fans blaring on the 3D printer in the background there aren't too annoying. It's been a while since I did this. Can I go to my YouTube watch history and just search Final Fantasy, probably long play, because I don't know if it was like 7 like the number or 7 like Roman numerals. So, PSX long play, part 2 of 4. Yeah, it's gotta be this. This was the, here, let's go ahead and mute that. So it looks like the last time that I was looking at this, it was about this part here or something like that. But yeah, you heard about that too, the Persona 4 remake there? Oh yeah, all the mini games and stuff here. Yeah, so I played the Persona 3 remake, so I'll probably play the Persona 4 remake since everyone keeps on saying that, like, Persona 4 is so much better than 3 and is real good and, like, a serious competitor for 5 for being the best one. Whereas 3, for me, felt like the much more kind of thing. Okay, so right around this point, right around here, this is probably, like, original native graphics. My PC original native graphics settings that I tried to enable for are probably not really working there. But yeah, is on any news to do with Persona 2, nice. And speaking of older PC games, so my brain down memory lane, Wild Tangent Game Launcher, one my grandma's had on their computer, using my limited game tokens to play a round of Polar Golfer at grandma's is a memory that has come back from the dead. This sounds faintly familiar to me as well here. Wait, what? Wait, a thing happens. Right there. Hold on. If I go talk to Red again here, and then, like, a thing happens, is that what I gotta do? So I wonder if I did at one point. Maybe I just gotta talk there again? Because that sounds familiar. Like, I can't picture it. Wild Tangent Games Launcher. I can't spell for the life of me, apparently. Wild Tangent... Hold on, if I just look at, like, images. Does this look familiar? That icon looks familiar. 3D print cam's kind of blocking that there. That definitely looks familiar there. The Polar Sports? Hold on. Wild Tangent Games, Polar... Polar is what's coming up here. This definitely looks familiar to me. But, like, I don't have, like, a super key memory or anything here. But it does look familiar, honestly. Is this dredging up old memories in me? This does look familiar. Polar Bowler DS! Anyway, here, I'll try talking to Red again and see if that fixes anything. Well, doesn't fix anything, but, like, progresses things is what I wanted to say here. But yeah, really love 4, just could never get past the first big boss because I'm incredibly shit at turn-based RPGs. But yeah, Wild Tangent Games from 24 hours stream. Yeah, go suggest it in the polls channel. There is an ongoing poll right now in the Discord that will let people choose what the next 24-hour cherry stream is gonna be. Or at least have, like, some influence there. Like, if everyone votes on, like, some sort of 70-hour JRPG, I'm gonna be like, yeah, no. Long ago, when I was still very small, We're all around this flame. Oh, never mind. What happened? It's about my parents. When I talk about my mother, I'm full of pride and joy. And that's fine. But when I think of my father, my heart is full of anger. You really can't forgive your father? Of course, he left mother for dead. When the Gi tribe attacked, he ran off by himself, leaving mother and the people of the canyon. Come, Nanaki. There's something you should see. The place may be dangerous. Cloud, will you and one other person come with us? Alright, so I can select here again. Imagine I could just, like, remove him. Let's bring Bear. I wanted to bring Barrett the first time. He's coming along. Come along, Barrett. We're going to go do some stuff. So where are we going here? I remember that used to play Spore Character Creator on that. The Wild Tangent Games thing, Bob? Wait, is this gonna be back this way? Oh my god, I can't. I don't know how stairs work. I can't get on them. Did he go this way? Like, I don't even know. Oh, well, not this way. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm allergic to going that way. Oh, yes, this way. Okay. Here, this way. Maybe allergies will go away now that I'm going the right way. Hi. Oh, oh, oh. Are we all set? Sure, I don't know. Oh, shall we go? This better not lead into like a surprise boss battle or something. And tell me that I should have saved. Because I did not save there. Alright, come in, come in. Okay, you lead the way, Grandpa. What, are you crazy? It's dangerous in there, I told you that! You want an old man like me to go first? I'll be right behind you. Oh. I totally did set, like, my active party, didn't I? Oh, crap. Well, there's no changing that now, is there? Wait, unless there is. Oh, crap. What is it? You're going back? I'll be waiting here for you when you're ready. I can't leave this door open forever. Oh. Well, maybe I can do a thing? And I can put somebody else in here or something? I don't know. Maybe that's not a bad idea. And on the topic of Persona, did you see that Joker Persona 5 is in the newest Sonic racing game? Yes. Now racing against SpongeBob and Hatsune Miku? Oh yeah, and Sonic characters, I guess. Wait, SpongeBob is in it? What? I heard about Hatsune Miku. Like, I watched the general trailer for it. But what's this about SpongeBob? You what? Hold on. Can I wonder what he wants to show him? Maybe it's materia that's been passed down for generations. I have all my Healy stuff on you right now. I switched it around just before the stream. So it might not be a bad idea to do that. I have to leave Red in there. So yeah, sure, our new character of Yuffie. If SpongeBob is a playable character in the game. Yeah, Sega does what Nintendo don't. You can play Mr. Persona 5 himself against the Sponge. I guess, or something or other. It does look like a fun game. I would be intrigued to play it. It looks interesting there. Maybe I like an event like Frag or something like that. Wait, it was this way. I'm getting myself mixed up. Wait, but I should also go hit the save point just in case some craziness happens. SpongeBob is rumored to be part of the DLC packs. Okay. So how exactly would that work? Does SpongeBob commonly hop in like other games that aren't like Nickelodeon games? Is that a thing that happens a lot? Or, because I figured it would just be like Nickelodeon, like adjacent kind of games would probably be the case. Like, I know that SpongeBob has a decent amount of video game presence, like has a decent few video games that have come out over the years and all that. So he is a decent video game character at this point. But Minecraft Steve is definitely in. I saw that they were talking about like there's a thing going on in probably like Bedrock Edition of Minecraft, which will be interesting. Good, then we shall proceed. There, maybe this party setup will work out. I could also put some materia on Red, but like, yeah, it's probably not that important, right? Probably, I hope. Well, down we go. Oh, it's getting super green down here and wacky wavy. That's what's going on down here. Oh, I thought that was the end of the rope and that we would just have to like drop down like a one-way kind of thing. Okay. So, yeah, just here. Nothing on the left. That looks like something interesting. If I could figure out how to get up there. Oh. It's a strange looking rock. Break it open. But, yeah, maybe I should give him some materia here. It's not a bad idea. I can always take them off later if I want to. Here. Skewer. Probably not a bad idea here, I would think. Stop poking me, darn you. Yeah, I love the way the enemies die in this game. The explosion where their limbs get all mishmashed. Okay, well, yeah, I'll give him a little bit of materia because I don't know how long this segment is gonna be. So he can get some stuff of whatever's in my pocket, I guess. So I'm 3D printing a trophy for GameCon here. I don't even plan on going to GameCon. I'm not really the biggest fan of the event in a couple ways. But one of the streamers that I met at Fragapalooza last year, Open Doors Gaming, is one of the streamers at GameCon. And he was telling me that apparently the main Big Smash event at GameCon this year was canceled. Apparently, like, Nintendo had a hand in canceling that because Nintendo hates fun. So he was planning on just doing, like, a small Smash setup with his brother, the one that, like, annihilated the Smash tournaments at Frag last year, D's Hands, the Little Mac player there. Apparently they're gonna do, like, a small Smash event at, like, their own table setup. And so he reached out to me and asked if I could 3D print some trophies. So I 3D printed one trophy here semi-recently. And I think it's a pretty cool model. I think that looks really cool with, like, the twisty kind of pattern here. And then I wanted to print another one, and then it killed my printer, and my printer's been out of commission for a little while. But now I'm printing, like, the next, like, here, I don't have a hotkey to switch back easily. And I'm finally printing the second one now that my printer is working again. One for Saturday, one for Sunday. I guess he doesn't plan on having anything going on Friday. Or anything like that. But yeah. What's wrong with GameCon? We've never been. I would have gone, but it's a soccer tournament. So don't want to go for a little bit of a conflict there with schedule. Sure, break it open. Yeah, so GameCon there with that. They were scheduled for 3 years at the venue. Oh, I forgot to put materia on there. With last year being the first year, this year being the second year. And Fragapalooza was actually going to get involved with GameCon. Death sentence. There was going to be a little mini LAN event at the venue where Fragapalooza was going to be hosting like a GameCon LAN event. It was going to be an 80-person space that we were provided, and people could buy like a LAN ticket and come participate in the Fragapalooza GameCon LAN. And that was going to be really cool, I figured. So I was going to be participating at GameCon last year and, you know, streaming there, helping with the setup of everything there. But they, like, never mentioned it on any social media. They did zero advertisement for it. If you wanted to get the ticket for the Fragapalooza LAN, it was on the very bottom, the very tippy bottom of the ticketing page. Like, so you had to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and if you clicked on it to pull up the page for it, it didn't even have a description for what it was. So you didn't even know what you were buying a ticket to, unless it was just passed around by, like, word of mouth, which it would have to be, because there was no advertising for it or anything. So, like, it felt like it was either, like, incredibly negligent or, like, deliberately shot in the foot or something like that. Because it was very much just designed to fail. So outside of, like, myself and my cousins, in an 80-person space, there was a total of 2 tickets sold, and they canceled the event due to the low sales and them seeing it as not worth it. So that wasn't all that great there. I found that to be very unprofessional. And I heard from my cousin that apparently communication-wise, they're not super great, and that Fragapalooza, as, like, a pretty decent, like, you know, gaming group themselves, could, like, barely get in contact with them. He was saying that, like, through some roundabout way, they were able to get, like, a table at GameCon despite not having, like, a direct point of contact and them not responding to Fragapalooza's emails. And it's like, okay, well, that's not exactly very professional. And, because I wanted to stream last year at the LAN event that was going to go on there, and I didn't get the chance to, I figured, like, okay, well, there's no chance of me streaming at GameCon. But when I was chatting with ODG at Fragapalooza last year, that's when he told me, like, oh, I'm actually one of the GameCon streamers. There's actually a streaming area. And I was like, what, really? I didn't know about that. So I was chatting with him about that, and he was like, yeah, reach out and send them an email and see if you can get involved with the stream team. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like, I'm already involved with a lot of gaming events around the city, of Fragapalooza, 3 mega FPS events, and Extra Life, for a total of, like, 5 LAN events, essentially. And while GameCon isn't exactly a LAN, I figured, hey, I'm down to bring that up to, like, 6 events that I showcase around the city. So I reached out to them in January through their contact form. They never replied to me. So I reached out on their help channel in Discord in February. A streamer was like, oh, you know, like, keep an eye out for, like, the email and stuff like that. If you already sent one, I was like, okay. I never heard back. And then I reached out in, like, either end of March or early April, like, on their contact form again. Never heard back. And then it was last month, finally, that I figured I'm gonna reach out for the final time and see if I actually hear back on their Discord yet again. And, on the channel there, I outlined the whole situation where I tried across, like, multiple times to reach out to them, like, hey, is there someone that I can chat to about this, or what exactly is going on here? And one of the mods in the GameCon Discord responded to me saying, like, ooh, it's pretty late now. You should really try reaching out in January. Also completely missing the part of my message that said that I had already reached out in January. So, you know, that was a great response there. Oh, the printer's ready for a color change. And I said, like, you know, I had a little bit of a discussion with some people in there. And one of the admins of the Discord ended up adding me and saying, like, oh, what's going on? It seems to be something in regards to the stream team. How about you email me at this email and I'll get back to you? And I was like, okay, well, I appreciate you reaching out and maybe I have a direct point of contact now. So I reached out to him by email and I never got a response there either when he told me to email him. So I got ghosted there too. Like, I don't mind them, you know, reaching out back and being like, yeah, I don't know if this is, like, quite the right fit, or our stream team is already full, like, you know, or your content's not quite the right fit or something like that, and telling me no. But just not hearing anything is just not really great there. So I'm not really a big fan of the professionalism there, and it feeling like it's literally impossible to reach them. So I'm not really a big fan of GameCon. So yeah, if it was just, like, straight up for the GameCon event, I wouldn't exactly be going out of my way to, like, you know, do any extra favors at this point. But ODG I like. He asked if I could print some trophies, and, you know, I'll print him some trophies. That's what I'll do here. So, yeah, I'm very much not impressed with the professionalism of GameCon, so, yeah, I wasn't exactly planning on going this year. Here, let me color change this to, gold. I'm gonna need now. This is the filament that I use for the golden part. Look at all that gill. Give me a moment here. Loading the new filament here, as one does. And then I'll resume in a second. Grab the new triples in a moment. Here we go. Now let's do in the gold part. And that's gonna be going for the next couple hours. I'm gonna try doing a 3-color thing there this time, where, so this one's programmed to stop, like, right when it starts reaching, like, the symbol part here. I'm gonna try color changing it to silver and seeing what that looks like. Get a tri-color thing going on, and maybe it'll look super cool. Maybe. But yeah, let's see here. But yeah, that's not cool. Still trying to tell people at work and visiting Frag and show them the website if I can. That's awesome, yeah. But yeah, let's just see here. With the, wait, what is this about, corporation and stuff? Don't think Nintendo hates fun. Think Nintendo just really loves money more than they care about fun. Yeah, that's what it feels like, where it's like, you know, and they're very over-controlling of their intellectual property and stuff like that. So wrong, bad communication sounds like passing on the buck, very unprofessional. Yeah, that's very much what I feel there. But yeah. And yeah, Acoustic remember that shit sounds genuinely awful and some of the least professional shit I've heard in a while. Yeah, so, you know, if GameCon ever reached out like, hey, we're just now seeing your emails, like, sorry about that, I'll be like, hey, sure, let's chat and stuff like that. But as is, I'm not too particularly interested in the event there. Love the idea of tricolor. Your Dragon's multicolored ones look cool. Yeah, a lot of those ones. Some of them color change as it's going up, but a lot of them are just, like, transitioning filament. Like, So, like, in ones like this, for example, the, filament itself, like, slowly changes color, and then you get, like, a more gradual change. I also want to print a bunch of these for Frag, because they, like, stand up in the front, which is really cool. So, gonna be printing a whole bunch of them coming up here on my new favorite models to play with. But some filaments are just, like, multiple colors. Like, this is half purple, half black. So, like, you look from one direction, and it's, like, purple, other direction, black. Because it's just straight up is, like, a 50-50 in the filament line. So, I really need to get myself a hotkey to go back to the thingamabob here. So there's like a couple ways that I do multicolor there. Where the heck is the game? There it is. Pull it up again. So, yeah, I'll probably end up bringing these to Frag this year. That's what I shall do. Bring a few here. And there's a couple that, like, are technically failed prints in, like, a couple of places along the spine. I'll probably bring those along anyway and just give them away or something like that. Let's actually assign materia now, because I keep on forgetting. Yeah, playing Final Fantasy VII, trying to at least here sometimes. How about all, all heal? That's for status effects though or something, isn't it? I don't know, the sense, and then like, I don't know, Ramu and, I don't know, the Chocomog here. But yeah. Thank you for always participating and helping out in Frag. No problemo. I'm glad that people are able to have fun there. Which, speaking of, I've been brainstorming. I almost changed my input, but I gotta remember I'm playing on a PC here. I've been brainstorming what a Mario Kart World Tournament would look like since I want to do one of these. I've brainstormed this, speaking of stuff that I'll be doing at Frag this year, where a lot of people are probably going to want to try out the Switch 2 and Mario Kart and stuff like that. So I figured for a Mario Kart World Tournament, I should start it with Grand Prix so that anyone that goes up there and plays gets at least, like, a guaranteed 4 races that they can play in. So, like, I wouldn't want to lead with Knockout Tour where it's like, whoops, you were a little bit slow in the beginning, guess you're eliminated right off the bat. Like, it would make the tournament go a lot faster, but that's just not quite fun. So, you know, the Switch 2 is a whole new console and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of people are just gonna want to go and try out the console and the game and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, let's start out with Grand Prix, and then everybody gets at least 4 races that they can play in. And then we'll move things along faster from there, so we'll just have, like, the winner of each Prix move on to, like, Knockout Tour, which will be, like, relatively fast, and then if we have to have, like, a round 3 as well, then they'll go into, like, a final versus race at the end. Which, calculating about how much time it takes me to go through each of these courses and factoring in a little bit of setup time, it shouldn't actually be too long. I estimate maybe around, like, 4 hours for a tournament, but we'll see if that ends up, you know, being blown out of proportion. And I have different ideas for what the bracket looks like across, like, multiple different players and stuff. So I've got my plan here. I've got my plan in place. And then hopefully people will be able to enjoy hopping into and just trying out the new Mario Kart and stuff and doing a full Prix. If not more. If they annihilate their opponents. And I'll consider potentially 3D printing some trophies for that, because the Mega Land trophy turned out pretty cool. Break it open, sure. But, you know, print a whole bunch of dragons, have some prizes for that too. Ads, oh noes. I've added an extra exciting option for the poll. Oh god. Do I want to see even? Oh, I'm gonna have to do it after the battle here anyway. Do I even want to see what it is? Here, just do a bunch of attacks. Do a whole bunch of smackaroos here. Oh, nice miss. Big spins. It's like a Sonic Nair. Is what that is. Be gone with you. It will revolutionize the stream. Will it now? Oh, we'll get to see Yuffie's limit break. See what that's like here. Here, limit. Greased lightning attacks opponent with weapon after cutting them. So, oh, Greased Lightning, use Yuffie's first limit. I just got a Steam achievement. Achievement synchronized with the server, it says there. Okay, well, cool. So I missed some words, but yes, I think that'll be a nice schedule depending on everything else. You missed some words, and I got, like, probably a penny out of it or something. Heck yeah, ad revenue. Gonna be so dang rich now. But yeah, it should be an interesting thing. And I was initially thinking that I'd have to cut, like, one of my 3 Smash tournaments, but on thinking about it, that Mario Kart 1 shouldn't be as long, and the free-for-all can go really fast, especially if I have more players playing at once, and therefore have less rounds, just so that it goes along smoother. So I'm thinking, like, maybe one day I'll probably still have, like, a Smash free-for-all, but just, like, you know, maybe 8 players at once or something like that, and then you just have, like, 2 games in round 1 and then like 1 finals round or something like that, and that's it. And then it goes through super fast, then we immediately get Mario Kart underway. And then we still have like a little bit of a free-for-all event for those that want that, and it's not cut completely. And I'm always kind of like semi-complaining about like how 3 tournaments is already a lot. Like, I complain, but I do it because like I want to do it. Like, no one at Frag is forcing me to do that or anything. I do it because people have fun, and I enjoy doing that and letting people have fun and stuff. Man, they're poisoning me. So can't complain too much. But as is complaining about how much of a workload it is with 3, and now I want to bump it up to 4 tournaments that I'm doing. So 2 on one day and then 1 on 2 different days. But you know, we'll see what it's like. We'll see what people think about the Mario Kart event and how it goes and stuff here. But yeah, Tara says hi, by the way. Just got back from sitting. Oh, like babysitting or something, I assume. I was like, what does this mean, back from sitting? I could be back from sitting myself. I just stand up. Oh, now that broke my camera because it tried to track me up there. Camera. Oh, there we go. It found me again. Well, I say hi back. Yeah, that makes more sense. Want to see who I was babysitting earlier today? I was showing this earlier in the stream. I can show it again here. Oh yeah, and I can see what Mythic posted in the polls there. This is who I was looking after earlier today. So, spent some time hanging outside. Did a little bit of tug-of-war with, you know, just some very light pulls and stuff like that since, you know, 8 weeks old. Can't play too hard there. But very, very cute. This is the neighbor's new rescue here that they just got in like a few days ago. Still needs to be vaccinated and stuff like that, and then we'll be up for adoption at some point here. So that's their pupper. So I spent a decent bit of time over at their place today while they were away to check in with the pupper and stuff and all that. So that's who I was babysitting earlier today. Oh yeah, and I was gonna check the polls and I forgot because I'm dumb and stuff. All right, what did Mythic put here? At least an hour of Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, specifically showcasing the map from the Quacking the Ice DLC. A little reaction jump scare there from probably Mythic. Well, looks like Gates has gotten a whole bunch of votes at this point for potential things for the next 24-hour Cherry stream. Yeah, and the Discord server there. I plan on doing a 24-hour Cherry stream in a couple weeks here. My 12th one that I've done. So, I've done a whole lot of them over the years, and, I wasn't sure what to do for this one, so I was like, oh, let's put it to a poll and get, like, suggestions and different ideas. Bunch of votes for Gates here. It seems like people really like the idea of me finally getting around to Gates to Infinity. Oh, oh, oh. Everyone here is a ghost of the Gi tribe, killed in a certain battle. A certain battle? The vengeful spirit of the Gi didn't disappear and couldn't return to the live stream. We still have far to go. Oh, oh, oh. Can't wait to hear my Umbreon voice. Yeah, yeah. The one from that dub that never actually came out. It was mostly just my normal voice, since I didn't really have to worry about, like, you know, doing different characters and different tones and stuff like that. But, yeah. Yeah, the ceiling reveal. I noticed that comment a little bit late there. That looks like an important box, and this looks like a battle here. So many encounters. Apparently in the console versions of this game, like the modern console versions of this game, not the original release, you can disable enemy encounters. And I still elected to go with the PC route, because I figured, like, oh, you can do whatever you want on PC, including, like, probably find a way to disable encounters. And I spent a lot of time between the Megaland stream and the stream before that, trying to figure out cheat engine stuff, learned enemy skill. Oh! Trying to figure out cheat engine, just disabling encounters. And I couldn't find a cheat table that had that, at least not a working one, for the life of me. And you would think that would be like a really standard thing that people would make as like one of the most go-to kind of things. But no, there's all sorts of things like max out level, get max items, and all sorts of stuff. I don't want that. Still want to play normally, I just want to disable encounters sometimes like you can with other versions. So, if I had realized that was going to be the case with PC, I probably wouldn't have played this on PC. I probably would have, like, shelled out a little bit extra and picked it up on, like, the Switch or something like that for the convenience of on-the-go grinding. Like, I still have on-the-go grinding with, like, my laptop and stuff like that with the Steam version here. But I figured, like, oh, all those possibilities with PC, plus getting, like, a cartridge with the Switch version that could add up there. Or I could have just gotten the game on its own on, like, PlayStation 5, but I don't really want to have my PlayStation 5 set up here that I'm using the controller of right now. just to boot up 1997 Final Fantasy VII. I figured either Switch or PC for convenience, but, you know, Switch was gonna cost a whole lot more, and I already owned it on PC. I was like, let's save some money. And I'll be able to do the same thing in a workaround way anyway, turning off encounters. Nope. And now here I am dealing with, oh my god. Ah, what the heck? Dealing with encounters like it's a friggin' cave in a Pokemon game. I'm getting constantly hounded by Zubats. Added effect? I assume it adds some sort of effect of some sort? Harmony, here's a fun idea. The creators of Placid Plastic Duck Simulator also made a Steam application called Placid Plastic Desktop, where the ducks will float on your desktop. Whenever you have ducks floating in front of gates to infinity, where every $100 donated adds another duck or something. How did I get to 1 HP? When did this happen? Oh, is that what the spikes did? Oh my god, my save was like forever ago. I thought the spikes would just damage me, not bring me to 1 HP. Oh my god, my save was actually like before this entire segment. It's a good thing I saved, but like, oh my god. No!